These are some of my other full bottles of Acqua Colonia from 4711. And some of these I think I'm going to keep. Some of them I might pass on to someone else. One of them in particular that my partner also really likes, we were talking about the other day, and we think we're probably going to keep it in the fridge for super hot weather and just like spritz it on ourselves when it's unbearably hot, but we want to smell nice and not too sweaty. And so I'll start with that one because it's this one, the Lychee and Mint. This is incredibly fresh, beautiful, incredibly minty, and it does maybe have a little bit of lychee. It gives it sweetness, but it's not massively sweet and feminine. I mean, because lychee isn't a traditionally masculine smell, but I think mint tends to be something you don't get in that many perfumes for females. So the mint in it, I think, is what makes this one smell a little bit more masculine. But that doesn't really bother me because I love mint in perfumes, and it's not the kind of, oh, this is masculine, that really bothers me too much. And I have worn this one and I really enjoyed wearing it. It did make me feel a bit different from most of my other perfumes because it has that kind of minty masculine vibe, but it's really very, very lovely, and it's so refreshing. It just instantly made me feel cool and refreshed and quite happy. I don't have notes to read to you because none of these list notes other than what it literally says. So it says lychee and white mint, and that is all that's listed for it. But that one I think is going to stay with me and my partner because it is honestly just one of the most refreshing things you could ever think of. It's so minty. The only weird thing about it is I think a lot of people will think it's got a slightly toothpastey minty thing going on about it because it's sweetened by the lychee. I think when you wear it, that's not such a big deal. In the deep dry down, you maybe get a little bit more of, not necessarily even a lychee smell, but maybe a little bit more of a sweetie berry kind of smell. But it's very watery, super minty, really fresh. Really like that one. The next one I've got here is bamboo and watermelon. And this one I was quite disappointed in because this one's definitely, I think, a bit more masculine leaning, and I think that's the bamboo, because you only get the watermelon right in the very first spray. I can still smell it a little bit, but I was hoping it would be a little bit sweeter. And I'd almost say that this one, if you told me there was cucumber in this, I'd believe you. So it's another one that's incredibly fresh. So like if I was going to do, and I will do actually, when I do my spa scents, this will be in like a fresh and clean spa scent, because it smells super spa-like, and it's another one that I think if you put it in the fridge and spritzed yourself in it on a very hot day, you'd smell great, but it would be really, really refreshing. It would be a real pick-me-up. But to me, there's something about the bamboo in it and the watermelon that isn't particularly sweet that I think means this is a little bit more masculine. And this isn't one that my partner he wasn't really bothered about this one when he smelt it. So this is probably one that at some point when I do my next declutter, this will probably be in that declutter. But if you like, I'm just trying to think of something I could think of. I mean, definitely maybe like the cucumber green tea. If you like that, like the Elizabeth Arden cucumber green tea, if you like that kind of freshness, if you like other bamboo-y, super, super fresh smells, and you're not bothered about it not being like very obviously a very feminine perfume, if you're chill with kind of stuff that's a bit more unisex, then I think this is a really good pick-me-up. It's a really nice one. So then we have Mandarin and Cardamom. And this is slightly heartbreaking to me because this one absolutely smells exactly like Mandarin. And again, it's obviously Mandarin and not orange and not clementine and not satsuma. It's obviously a Mandarin smell. But the cardamom in it, again, makes it feel a little bit masculine for me in the dry down. Oh, when you first spray this, you do get a lot of Mandarin. You can tell there's something spicy in there. It's almost, it's really nice. It's really nice. the opening notes when I first spray it, I enjoy this one, but the longer I wear it, the more cardamom it gets. And, you know, these Acqua Colonias are relatively fleeting, but they're not gone in an instant. I find the original 4711, they're like really old school, probably made in the 20s originally. That one's so fleeting that I can put it on my skin and it will be gone like in 20 minutes. These last longer than that. They have, they go through a bit more of a journey, generally speaking, most of them anyway. Again, it's really nice, it's really fresh. But I think it's maybe too unisex with a slight lean towards what is traditionally a masculine smell because of the cardamom, but I do really like it. I do think it's very, very nice. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to keep this or not, because in high summer I might feel differently depending on whether the cardamom gets even stronger because it's summer. It might be this one works really well in winter as like a cheer up kind of perfume, and it might not have the cardamom so strong then. I don't know. So that might be one that I keep just to kind of test out, because the mandarin in it is so juicy and realistic. It's really, really lovely. And again, if you don't mind anything that's kind of a bit more unisex, this is brilliant. It's so, so nice. So this one's really weird because this is Goji and Cactus extract. This one's really sweet. It's super feminine, this one. Again, they're all supposed to be unisex. This one definitely leans very, very feminine. I've had goji berries. This, I think, is probably quite realistic, but my goodness, it's sweet. It's really sweet, this one. And there's something about the berry scent. And I'm not even kidding. This reminds me of a fruit chuli. This reminds me of a berry patchouli sweet perfume, but it's not vanilla-y and it's really watery and fresh. I have worn this one and I've not like had to scrub it off and not got a headache from it, but it doesn't feel like a kind of scent profile that I normally wear or that I'd normally like. So I'm still thinking about this one. It might just actually be that if I can get my head around the fact that it is giving me fruit chili vibes, if I can remove that from my brain and just enjoy it for what it is, this might be a situation where I've found my kind of holy grail of I can wear that scent profile without smelling exactly like everyone else and without giving myself a headache or making myself feel nauseous. It's just I'm so not used to wearing that kind of sweet berry profile if it's not also really tart. This has got a bit of tangy zestiness to it, but it's not tart. It's not. Normally when I wear berries, I wear things like raspberry and blackberry, blackcurrant even. So they're very sharp and acidic along with being kind of slightly sweet in a fruity way. They're not normally like a thick, syrupy, sugary sweetness when I wear anything that's even slightly berryish. So yeah, I'm undecided on that one. The Lychee Mint 100% is staying in my collection. The other ones I'm thinking about, the bamboo one I think I'm definitely going to pass on to someone who will love it more than me. The Goji one I'm not sure about. The Mandarin I might just need to keep just because I just love that Mandarin. And if I can kind of get over the cardamom thing, I don't know, we'll see. But I really recommend these. I got these, most of these I think came from Health Farm, spelt with PH. And I think they were between like £11 and £13 for like 50 mils. I think they all came from there. I think that's where you can get them for the best price, because most other places you're looking at 15 quid. But if you want something to come fast, if you want to test it kind of quickly, you can get a lot of these on Amazon, and they're between 15 and £20. Some of these you can get also in bigger 170ml bottles, but I think generally I really like the Acqua Colonia style. I think they've really nailed it in smelling exactly like what it says it's going to smell like most of the time. It's just a toss-up between which of those notes is going to be the strongest, and sometimes the note that I'm not as keen on is stronger than the one that I really love. So yeah, I mean, I've got some minis as well that I'm about to do a little video of, but I do think these are really delicious, and I would highly recommend them to anyone who likes kind of fresh skin scents for summer. These are all very much high heat perfumes. They are ones you'd have to keep reapplying, but totally worth doing that. I think a lot of these are really beautiful. The ones that I'm obsessed with are the ones that I've saved to do like singular videos on. So I have another one from Acqua Colonia that I am as in love with as I am the lemon and ginger Acqua Colonia, which I am truly obsessed with. I absolutely love that scent. So I'll do a separate video for the other one that I really, really love. And I'm just about to do a video on the minis that I have that are the ones that I'm probably not going to add to my collection. But yeah, so I'm really digging these Acqua Colonias. They're right up my street. They are basically a budget version of the Guerlain Acqua Allegoria perfumes. They're very much that vibe. If you like those perfumes, definitely try these.